As the roar of the engines fills the air and the smell of burning rubber wafts through the stands, it's clear the new season of Formula One racing is upon us, and with it comes the highly anticipated return to Drive to Survive, the hit Netflix series that gives fans a behind-the-scenes look at the immense world of F1. Last season, Drive to Survive captured the attention of the entire sporting world with its depiction of the heated title fight between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. But what do the drivers themselves think of the series? The streaming series has been a hit for the sport, attracting droves of new fans by highlighting the personalities of the drivers inside the cockpit. But those watching Drive to Survive get the inside story on the championship battle notice a significant absence. Verstappen has become the only driver to refuse to be interviewed for the series because he thought it faked rivalries and exaggerated incidents. "I'm quite a down-to-earth guy and I just want it to be facts," Verstappen of Red Bull said. "I understand, of course, it needs to be like that for Netflix. It's just not my thing." Driver rivalries are central to the narrative of the show. One example came in season 3, when an episode featured the McLaren drivers, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz Jr. While they are known to be good friends who worked well together in the team, the episode sought to depict tension in their relationship that Sainz felt was pushed a bit too far. "I think the rivalry was there, but I think it was in a friendly way, and they may have portrayed it a little bit less friendly than it was," Zach Brown, the chief executive of McLaren Racing, said in an interview. "Deep down, the rivalry was there, but outwardly, they never showed it." Norris thought the editing of the show can make you look like you said something in a time and place which is definitely not correct, but was happy as long as the truth was not twisted completely. "As long as they don't overdo it and literally make someone look like they've done something which they definitely haven't done, it's good," he said. Formula One has spoken with the producers of the show and the teams after Verstappen's complaints. Ian Holmes, the director of media rights for Formula One, said that the producers need to be mindful of his concerns and that it was important for the teams and drivers to feel comfortable participating in the series. But he disagreed that the series had faked rivalries. "This notion that some things are made up, it's just chatter," Holmes said in an interview. "At the end of the day, it's authentic. The other thing to remember as well is the people that walk up and down the paddock, they're a bit too close to the sport to step back and see the bigger picture." The balance between authenticity and dramatizing events to appeal to the audience is a challenge that documentary series often face. But Horner, whose rivalry with Mercedes counterpart Toto Wolff featured heavily in season 4 with insults and personality clashes, felt the purpose of Drive to Survive had to be kept in mind. "At the end of the day, it's a television show," Horner said. "They're taking snippets from a season-long battle and turning it into a television program. One has to remember it's designed ultimately to entertain." Brown felt the makers of Drive to Survive were at the limit of ensuring the show was entertaining while pleasing Formula One's hardcore fans. But he also said it was a TV show intended first and foremost to be entertaining. "The numbers say people love it," Brown said. "It's drawing a tremendous amount of people in the sport, and I don't think they're presenting it as a pure documentary. They're bringing Formula One to you in an entertaining way. A little bit of creative license I don't have an issue with." The show has been turning new viewers into fans of the sport, with record crowds attending races in the United States and Australia in the past 6 months. "We are happy to report, and I think our Netflix friends would be happy to report, that it was the #1 show in 33 countries around the world," said Greg Maffei, the chief executive of the Liberty Media Corporation, which owns Formula One. As for Daniel Ricciardo himself, he seems more tolerant of the show, saying, "For sure, there's times where you want a little bit of space or privacy, but I do think if you let them know, no cameras in this room or something, then you're pretty good with that. It's been okay." When Lando Norris was asked how he feels about the show, he didn't seem to be fazed about the narrative and even defended it. In an interview, he said, "You choose a lot of things which almost go in and don't go in. I'm happy. I think it's a cool thing, especially coming to America. There's so many people now into F1 just because of watching Drive to Survive. I think I come across on it all right. I hope I don't come across in a bad way or an idiot or anything. I think they do a good job." Another driver who's reacted positively to the show is Esteban Ocon. He said, "I think Netflix has changed a lot of my life, not just the public stuff, but also my career. In difficult times where I didn't have a seat, that came out and people could actually see I was desperate to have a drive again. And that probably helped for my career to come back." As for Kimi Räikkönen, in typical Iceman style, he said, "I haven't watched it, so I have no idea what they've done. While the show creates false rivalries or not, one thing's for sure, this captivating melodrama has given millions of people around the world a brand new passion, and it's not going anywhere. Nikita Mazepin is new to working with the program makers, given that he is in his rookie season in Formula 1, but says that his experiences with them have so far been positive. "What we've done is actually really cool," Mazepin said. "I try to do as much normal things as I could with them. We went to my home, we've been in my university, and loads of other different things. So we actually spent a lot of time together." The Haas driver thinks that Drive to Survive has been positive in showing that drivers are not robotic and that they are actually individuals behind the helmets, who are just the same as everybody else. Fernando Alonso has already stated he hasn't watched Drive to Survive, given that he has his own documentary, Fernando, on Amazon. Formula 1 CEO Stefano Domenicali recently told Italian news outlet La Gazzetta dello sport talks are ongoing between Netflix, drivers, and teams to cut back on the drama so that some of the biggest stars in the sport feel comfortable taking part in the series. It is to be understood that the dramatization is part of the path to ignite interest, but in this sense there are themes that need to be redefined, Domenicali said. "If a driver refuses to participate because he is not being presented as he wants, we will talk about it constructively. Tell us how you want to be presented and we will find a way." Verstappen told Jenna Fryer of the Associated Press in October he stopped participating in the series because of the liberties that producers were taking with creating fake rivalries between drivers and faking a lot of stuff. Verstappen, though, is the only one who has been critical of the series. Teammate Sergio Perez previously said to ESPN the latest season had probably gone too far with dramatizing the previous F1 campaign. The series premiered in 2019 and each season covers the previous year on the Formula 1 circuit. The 10-episode fourth season dropped March 11th and primarily centers on the Dutchman's battle with Lewis Hamilton for the Drivers' Championship. The Netflix show has greatly helped F1's popularity in the United States, bringing in a wave of new fans across the world. According to Front Office Sports, the US Grand Prix in Texas last season surpassed viewership and attendance records. There were 400,000 fans in attendance, the most of all 2021 F1 races, and up from the 268,000 who attended in 2019, F1 told FOS. "Having downplayed DTS this whole time, we will admit they occasionally get some things right. Otherwise, long-standing fans would shun the series altogether. A case in point is the portrayal of Haas F1 team principal Gunther Steiner. This unapologetic, unfiltered, harsh but fair personality was really what everyone loved to watch in season 1. Steiner has become a cult hero, a rock star perhaps. The show enables fans to see more of the characters that make the sport great. In season 1, we were treated to the inner turmoil of Daniel Ricciardo as he made an impossible career-defining choice. It is without a question of a doubt that the artificial portrayal of facts has put DTS in a tough spot." When asked about the future of Drive to Survive, Stefano Domenicali, CEO of Formula 1, acknowledged that the show has brought new fans to the sport, especially in the US market that will host 3 races in 2023. However, Domenicali added that Drive to Survive needs to add value to the sport to continue in the future. Thanks for joining us as we explored the thoughts of the F1 drivers on the hit series Drive to Survive. Whether you're a fan of the show or just a casual spectator of Formula 1 racing, we hope you enjoyed learning about the thoughts of the drivers on the series. As the new season approaches, be sure to tune in and see how Drive to Survive captures all the action and drama of the track. And don't forget to leave your thoughts about the show in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for all the latest updates and news on the world of F1 racing. See you on the track.